All right, we'd like to welcome everyone to our family program, our parenting program. So we should see every one of you. If you have not had something to eat, please just go help yourself. There's lots of fresh fruits there, and we've had some time of interaction, technical interaction. I hope you guys got to know one another. Next time, please go to somebody else and try to find out about who the person is. All right, so in just a minute, we're just going to introduce ourselves. Just say your name. And start with your name. Kema, welcome. Daphne. Chelsea. Delia. Anna.
Maria.
I hope you guys are listening to their names, all right? Because I'm going to give you an assignment. All right?
Maria.
All
the ones here I know about.
right, okay.
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Okay. Jeanette. If anybody can remember 5 names, the person's going to get a prize. All right? Asma. Natalia. Abraham. Uju. Bijola. Oh, I used to. Jocelyn. Rose. Jessica. Emily. I don't remember that one. Okay. What is your name? Doris. Okay. Yeah. Secretary. Arina. Aganda. Mohammed. Kirikachi. Alexandra. Citizen. Who can remember 5 names? 5 people. Alright, we're going to start with you. Alright, so not anybody here, okay? Somebody outside here.
This is about preschool.
No, who is it? No, you haven't done it. Who's Jessica? Who is Jessica? There's no Jessica. No. Okay, you want to try again? Okay. Kiana? No. Alexandra, okay? Nice try. That's correct. Okay. How many? One more. Anna. Please write her name for me. Prize for her. All right. All right. Who else? Okay. Anyway. Jessica. Who is Jessica? Okay. She's holding her body. Yeah, okay. No, that's not your friend. Go. Not your friend. Okay. Mohammed. Okay, she's number 2. Who else wants to try? All right. Chelsea. Doreen. Ginika. You're looking for Ginika. Alright, I got 3 people. Okay, last person. You grab on. Rose, Jessica, Abraham, Mohammed. No, not Abraham. That's Abraham. No, it's Abraham. No. So okay. All right. So 4 of you. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to start because our kids have limited time. So I get a one shot so that we can release them before you start crying. All right. So today, can everybody sit down? We will continue later. Be careful. Chica, quickly find a seat. You came very late, so quickly find a seat. Over there. Excellent. Thank you. I already told everybody your name, Chica. So. All right, excellent. So we are going to go right to our workshop. We're going to suspend all things. to the studio. Everything will be suspended. We have 30 minutes of interaction. Alright? So today we're going to be talking about a very, very important topic. Alright? And this topic I believe relates to every one of us. We have experienced it. And that topic is racism. Is there anybody here that has not experienced racism? Anyone has never experienced racism? We have experienced racism in one form or the other. I know it hurts, right? So I believe in the past workshop we talked a little bit about how we can make sure that it doesn't affect us. And we also are not racist ourselves. And I believe our speaker today might address it a little bit about how we cannot be racist and how we cannot allow racism to affect us. Also, he's going to be teaching us how we can teach our kids, because they learn from when they're young, also to know how to respond to racism that will happen in school. It's inevitable. My kids have experienced it. And how they also should not be racist themselves, all right? So the speaker today is somebody that we know very well, all right? He's very, very educated in so many areas. But start talking about his qualification, it's going to be huge. But you guys know him so closely because he has invested a lot in our lives, especially those of us that are always in the program, the parenting program. And he's no longer than our executive director, Dr. Godwin Ude. Let's welcome him.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Blessing, and also want to thank all of you that made it here. I know that some of you have been in Canada for like, how many of you have been here for like 10 years? You've been here for 10 years?
I was born here, but I just came back.
Oh, you came back.
Oh, wow.
You're still new.
I came back 12 years ago.
Okay, so the longer you stay here, you realize that
Well, David took the phone.
that Canada is not like where you're coming from. For some of us who came from Africa, all we dealt with was tribalism, which was just people just because you don't speak the same language, they can snare at you, and that is it. And you can do the same to them and then over. But you are in a country that is very systematic. I usually write when I teach. Canada is systematic. That means they have certain ways things work. So for you to be successful, you have to understand the system and walk through that system. Unfortunately, the system has gatekeepers. Every system in Canada has what? Gatekeeper. And so if the gatekeeper of a particular system feels like you are a threat to him or her, feels like by letting you into that system, it will make life difficult for them, or they will not enjoy their privilege. So they'll block that door. That's why some of you can apply to get jobs in some certain companies, in some ministries, in some industries, and you will not get a job. Not because you are not qualified, but because all of those areas, they are protected by people who are threatened by immigrants. And oftentimes, they become a little bit overtly aggressive. When I came here some 20 years ago, went to look for a job, and the lady that was supposed to interview me looked at me and she said, "Please, I don't want to employ you." She said it to me, "I don't want to do what? Employ you." Not even to interview me, she did not. So I went back home the next week, I went for another interview, and it was the same lady that I didn't know. And then she said to me, "I think I saw you last week and I told you I don't want to do what?" So I was offended. I went back home and I was angry and mad because nobody has ever said that to me. I've never had to look for a job myself because I read pharmacy, job was looking for me. I wasn't the one looking for what? For jobs. So now I showed up in a country where I felt that I have all the qualifications to at least get a decent job. And here I was looking for a call center job, and somebody who obviously did not graduate from high school is telling me that she doesn't want to employ me. So some of you will go through that if you have not gone through that already. But I want you not to be discouraged. Do not be what? Discouraged. Gradually, the system will no longer resist you. They will realize that you are not a threat. If you know how to play the game, you will definitely succeed. So let's move further into your own children. If you have kids here, whether they were born here or whether you brought them from where you're coming from, they will get bullied. They will get what? Bullied here. It's a given. It's a given. And secondly, if you are not careful, some of them may start hating school because of one boy or one girl or a teacher or somebody else there who has become terribly bad to them. This is why we tell parents, get involved with your children. Get involved with their school. Get involved with the activities, whether they are playing soccer or they are wrestling or they go in one club or the other. Once in a while, go to their school and find out who their teachers are. See them and talk to the teachers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? If you are not proactive and responsible, you're going to lose your kids in this country. Some people come here thinking that what we do here is just to give food. No, food is just something we felt we should do to support the community. This is basically most of the job we do. I've been to Douglas College last 2 weeks to speak to a huge number of people on this. We've done some research on this with Ministry of Canadian Heritage. We published that research. We're working on another research with University of British Columbia. So we work with United Way. This particular program is sponsored by United Way. We actually work with British Columbia as a government. So Kingdom Eyes Foundation is not just about food. We are involved in what we call advocacy, protecting immigrants, especially people of color like you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. So very soon we will make all of this very public. But right now, I want you to know that we are here to support you and your family, not just with food, but with every other area you might be struggling with. But this is a new country. This is a systematized country. And if you are not careful, you are going to have a lot of challenges if nobody guides you. So I'm going to run quick here, but after that, I'll ask you to, if you have a question, then you ask. So, if you look at anti-racism, people ask themselves, but nobody has ever treated me unfairly here. Sure, people might smile at you, but that does not mean they like you. Yeah, a lot of people will smile at you, but it doesn't mean that when you need their help, they will do what? They'll help you. So that somebody is smiling at you and somebody is happy with you does not mean that that person really what? Likes you. Just this week I went for a meeting and I was speaking to a group of people in a boardroom. And I had met quite some of them before. So I thought they would be happy and comfortable with me because I've met them. And it was the same people that I've met before that smiled at me and we talked like friends. They were the ones opposing my presentation. And I was shocked because I thought that they would be on my side, having had me before. So that people smile with you here does not mean that they actually want. Like, so this is why you have to understand the way things work here. Where we are coming from, you can shake hands with people, smile with them, and you are friends immediately. But that does not happen here. You can shake hands with somebody and smile with that person, yet when it comes to making a decision that will favor you, that person will be mean and they won't even let you go. You can sit down for an interview and give a good response or good responses to the interview. And even the interviewer will be like, wow, what a nice, oh, you are good, you are qualified, in fact, you are wonderful. And they'll ask you for your family, oh, you came from Chile or from Santiago, Brazil, or from Lagos, or from Mombasa. And then you think that they really like you and that you actually get to, no way, no way. It's called cosmetic. smile. Customer service, smile. By the time you leave there, they just, that is it. So you have to understand how things work here in order to protect yourself and your family. So racism is a reality. This is why British Columbia developed the Anti-Racism Act. And that's what I want you to learn today. That here in BC, if anybody treats you in a way you don't like, there's a phone number you're supposed to call and report that person. 2 weeks ago, I was in Vancouver for a meeting on this, and I was sitting with a human rights advocacy lawyer. Their job is when they get that call and they interview you, and if your case is really good, they will take it up. You don't have to spend it. And you can get paid a lot of money for that if you really have evidence. So that's why when somebody treats you in a way you don't like, or even a police officer or anybody, you can video that as evidence. You can record it as well. And if you have enough evidence, you can sue the person. That's how the system works. The reason why BC government established the Anti-Racism Act is to limit the incidents or limit the way immigrants are being treated in this country, or to discourage people who feel that they own this country from treating newcomers as if they are slaves in this country. So don't be ignorant of this. So now, BC is one of the most multicultural provinces in Canada. And Surrey is the fastest growing city in Canada. This Surrey is the most multicultural city in the whole of BC. And because multiculturalism brings a lot of challenges, and one of the challenges is racism. So the purpose of the Anti-Racism Act is to ensure that as this province grows and attracts more people from around the world, that they're able to live together, that everybody gets services. Like if you call 911, they won't be asking, who are you, what's your name? And once they hear you speak with accent, they will start saying, okay, we'll get back to you, and you can wait for 2 days and nobody shows up. So such things must not be encouraged. This is why we have the Anti-Racism Act. So you have to understand how to use this act to protect yourself and your family. We want everyone in BC to be respected as human beings, regardless of their color. We want that. So this is the number. You can take a picture of this or snap it. I'll get out of the way. This toll-free number is for you. Whenever someone treats you or treats your children in school, bullies your kids, or mismanages you as property, or does something against you, you have every reason to give them this phone. Once you call, they will ask you what happened. Explain what happened, and they probably will ask you, do you have any evidence? Provide the evidence. And if the case is actually a serious one, they will refer it to the human services lawyer or human rights lawyer. They serve everyone and they provide free services for everybody. So that's the number. It's 1833 HLP line if you want to memorize that, which is short form for help. Or you can memorize the number 1-833-457-5463. Okay, you guys all have it right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So now, these are the services that they provide when you call that number. They're going to listen to you. They have a call center, so they have people who will pick up the phone when you call. So they'll listen to you, and then they want to hear exactly what happened. You tell them what happened. Okay, so they will tell you what next to do. They'll tell you what next to do. If it is something that is very, very serious, they will tell you who to connect, or they will refer you to somebody that will help you. You need to take note of this number because we have received a lot of reports from children who are in public school. Reports of some of them being labeled, some of them being called names, some of them being referred as odd kids, some of them being bullied by other people, some of the kids even being punished by teachers for something they didn't do. So we need to stop all of this. We need to stop it. So that's why we joined this campaign. Okay, so now pay attention. Who can use the helpline? If you have been victimized, you can call that line. If you are a witness, you saw somebody being victimized, treated poorly, you can snap, take picture or video and actually call the line and report that person. Now, as a parent and as a student, if you realize that you are getting bullied or somebody is just treating you comfortably or treating you bad because of your color or because of your accent or because of who you are or because of your gender. So you got to make sure that you get all the information necessary. Call that number. They will tell you what next to do. New immigrants are mostly affected. I asked some of you, how long have you been here in Canada? And only one person said. So all of you are probably new immigrants. Yeah.
For example, my son
You go to school, find out who the teacher is. Talk to the teacher and report and say to the teacher, this is what my kid is saying. And then hear from the teacher what next step they're going to take. The step they're going to take is probably report the case to their guardian and counselor or meet the principal or the vice principal. You got to follow up with them.
because I did that.
Okay, so now you have to escalate. Escalation means you take a record that you have reported to the school and you have informed the school and that you reported the case. Have it recorded because when you call the helpline, they will want to ask, what steps did you take? You say, did you consult the school? Did you talk to the school? Did you talk to the principal? If you reported yes, and you ask, what did they do? You say nothing, then they will take it out. Yes, they will take it out. You can't close your mouth. I have a kid that buried one time ago in Toronto. He died because of bullying. Yes. Yes, he died because of bullying. He was in a subway and the train was coming because he was over frustrated. He just jumped inside the subway train and he got crushed. So you don't take this thing for granted. Don't. It's a very serious thing. So you got to always ask your kids what's going on with their school. Always do that. So don't just think, oh, everybody's doing well. No. Okay, so how to report racist what? Incident. This I told you to call the number. If it is something very urgent and very life-threatening, call what? Call the police. Call what? The police. And make sure you keep the record that you call the police when possible. Leave a message and keep the record because sometimes the police will now ask, who are you? Where are you calling from? The person you are reported. Is it a white person or a black person or a yellow person? You know. And if you say the person is a black or a yellow person that is causing the problem, they will come quickly. And when you say, oh, the person is a white person, give them the next 2 days, they're not going to show up. No, it has happened here. It has happened here. There was a guy who was probably under drug influence, was causing problem. So my wife said, can you just wait for him? He was almost about to beat up. And so that was when I came and I said, no, please, we don't do that here, can you? The guy began to punch me like I was you know, so we called the cops. Because if you do anything now, it's like you literally killed. They will forget that he was hitting people. and they only focus on the fact that you restrain them. Do you know what the police was saying from over the other end? Or is the person a black person or a white person? No, I was like, so if the person is a white or black, does it make any difference? Somebody is trying to do something. Anyway, we restrained him, carried him, and put him outside. Because we have right to do that. This is a private property. This is not a public property. And we're not going to fold our hands and allow you to destroy it. You know, within a few minutes, he came back here and started apologizing. That's why I believe some people are demonic. They get possessed by demons, so you have to cast that demon out. So file human rights what? If you believe that you're qualified for a position and it was taken away from you, don't close your mouth. If you don't fight back, you're not going to get anything. They think, oh, you are just a mugu, nobody cares. No, you got to stand on your right because that's how the system works. This system is so neutral that there is no village connection. You have to say what you mean and do what you say. Go for what belongs to you and stand on it. So you can also report to if you work in an institution or you work in a job where you have union and you feel like you've been maltreated, report it to your what? To the union. Almost some jobs have union, so you report it. Just say, I don't like the way I'm being treated. Yes, say it. Some of us who work with the federal government recently, because they contact us for so many things, for research, so just about a week ago, they contacted me and they were asking me for a survey about how we were treated on one of the works we did. I just quickly wrote down there, they said, did you feel like you've been racialized or treated because of your color? I said, yes. I said, yes. And I'm ready to come and talk in a focus group and explain how it happened. So we've done this over and over again, and then people are paying attention. Because if we don't do it, they keep doing what they are doing. We do that because we pay taxes here. You hear what I'm saying? You pay what? No, I can't make $60,000 and you pay $15,000 and you expect me to keep quiet when I'm being maltreated. No. As long as you pay taxes here, you have every reason to demand your what? Your right. This is not Africa where politicians steal your money and you don't say anything. Here you have every right to do what? Yeah. They do that in Africa too. You don't say anything. Don't say anything. Okay. So now, tips for parents addressing what? Racism, because of our time. Create a safe space for children to discuss what? Experiences. I said it before, where you're coming from, you literally don't have interactions with your kids. They go to school, you know that they went to school. That's good. And they show up home, good. Here, when the kid comes back home, spend time to ask the person, how did your school, how did the day go? Look into their bags, because some people, they put drugs in their bag. During the break, other kids come with drugs that look like candies and they share. That's how they get addicted. Because drugs now, they prepare them in candies and then they come to school with them and they share it with other kids. So you have to always search their bags and make sure that they are not falling into all those things. Okay, so now, if you're part of your school or you know how to connect with some of the school boards, begin to do what? Advocacy. Advocacy. Talk about ensuring that you have your kids protected. Recently we're partnering with the school board, Surrey School Board. So we're working with them right now to ensure that especially immigrant kids are protected within all the school boards. So we've had several meetings with them already. So okay, make sure that there's recognition. If there is any racial behavior, teach your children not to be racist and not to tolerate racism. Ensure that they understand that we live in a country where people come from all over the world. So for students, these are the resources we have. Every school has a counselor. Students should be advised to meet their counselor. And they have teachers, they have staff who are trained assigned to racism. They have liaison officers which are able to employ just to help liaise with them. There are also online materials that you can go to that will help you if you're a student here. And there are campus resources. If you are a post-secondary student, they have campus resources. If you are treated badly or a professor or teacher is maltreating you, just treating you because you don't look like him or he hates you, so you can report that. There is an ombudsman that helps students take care of that. So there are also peer groups, friends that may direct you and help you. So these are the support for new immigrants, which all of you fall into. We have organizations like Mosaic, like Diversity, like our own organization, which is Kingdom Arts Foundation, New Immigrant Support Services, and we have success. So they provide support for immigrants. We have also community organizations that try to protect immigrants who have language barriers, like Francophone or Latinos. There are free legal assistance that are available. If you need any one of these, we'll be able to support and help you. So, other group of people that you should help are seniors. Oftentimes, seniors are marginalized, they are racialized, they are targeted, and they go through a lot because some people, even in the bank, take advantage of seniors because of their age and their inability to communicate properly, especially for new immigrants. So protect your elderly, especially colored elderly people. You should protect them. So finally, how do you intervene if you realize that somebody is being treated wrongly? You are not just protecting yourself, you're also supposed to protect other people. You also do that. Just this morning I talked to a new immigrant. He was driving and a police officer was blaring his sound like they do. And the guy thought maybe he was just passing by. And of course, he was moving with the other traffic. And then the officer just rushed in, double crossed him, stopped him. Said, "Oh, you are speeding." And the guy said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Okay, you're not speeding, but I was stopping you and you refused to stop." And the guy said, "I've never been stopped before." Like police officer, so I don't even know when you are going on your way and when you are doing what. Stop at me. They gave me a ticket of $300 and something. So this morning we were discussing how to fight the ticket, go to court, hire a lawyer. Because it's beyond just ticket. We are now saying that this individual, just because of his color, he disobeyed a police officer. But he didn't. He didn't. You can't see a police officer behind you and then you stop. It doesn't happen. Except if there is the light blaring and then they are after you or they are just behind you directly, then you stop. But if the person is coming from far away and you are driving like every other car and they stop you. So these are some things that we'll go through here that it's not good, and you need to know how to fight over it. You want to ask a question? Or you've experienced this before?
Sorry?
Have you experienced people getting a ticket? Some of you don't drive. When you start driving, you will see it. You get some tickets just because
I
of
know
the
my husband, he's African,
Uh-huh.
and every time he used to go out back in the days with his friends,
Uh-huh.
they like to go to parties and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Before he heads to the party, the cops are always stopping him, asking for ID and everything. Always them.
Yeah. Who are you? What's your name? What's your coming from?
Yeah.
Look at that. So please, these are the things. If you are in a place where others have been maltreated, try as much as possible to take records. These are what you do. Make sure you keep record is important because if you go to court, nobody will believe you unless you have what? Even at court, there is racism what? Racism there. Okay. So please, as we come together, we must not practice racism because we don't like it. So when people come to pick up food, this is one of the things we tell them. Everyone here is equal. Some people come in and they think, oh, because they know you, they have to jump the line. We say you don't jump the line. We're all the same. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So treat others the way you want to be what? Treated. If we don't like the way we are treated, we should not treat other people the way we don't want to be what? Treated. So that is it. Keep learning. So there are organizations that help with incidences of racism. A lot of organizations. If you need any one of them, you can Google, you can search for it, you can find them. So report the incidents whenever it happens. Join advocacy group. We do all this all the time. We travel to different places just to talk about protecting the BIPOC community. And then promote education, share information, just like we are doing today. We are sharing this information so that you can be aware of it. We build a community. Part of what we are doing here, like I said, it's not just sharing food. We are building a community here. We're helping people get jobs. We're helping people solve their family marriage problems. We're helping communities come together. And that's the only way the system here will respect you. So I'm encouraging all of you, when you come here, please don't maltreat anybody. Don't be abusive. Respect everyone. Let's build a community that when people have help or they need help, they can find that help. Because when you walk out of this place, it's difficult for anybody to give you attention. Very difficult. We've been here for 15 years here in this city. I can tell you that what you're seeing today started because we could not get help from anybody. So we had to start helping what? We start helping ourselves. Yeah, that's how you survive there. You start doing what? You start helping yourself. That's it. Okay, so thank you all for coming to today's workshop. We wanted it to be very brief because of the kids. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Actually, you are allowed to take pictures in public places. You see that online, right? Yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed to do that. If the person says, stop taking my picture, tell the person, stop doing what you are doing. I need evidence. I need what? In fact, if a police officer is doing something you don't like, video him. Video him. He might say to you, stop it now. You say, no, I need evidence. I need what? I need evidence. What you're doing, I don't like it. I need what? Evidence. That is it. If I'm taking this case up, if you don't want me to video you, then don't do what you are. Don't do what you're doing. Oh, that's why smartphones are lifesavers right now. Do you know people put live recording video on their cars? You know why they do that? It's for accidents. It's for police officers. Because a child can come and ram your car, just T-bone you, and then they'll blame you. Because the common person, they will say you are not driving what? And all the people pay attention. This is important. Even the people who were around when the accident happened, if you call them for witness, they will deny. They will deny that they were never there. And you know what it means to pay for your repair or your insurance to go on. That's why people have all those. So cameras, all these cell phones you have, they can save you thousands of dollars. In legal case, necessary repairs, they can decrease insurance once you pay for it. Very important. All right, any other question? Any other questions? Okay. Finally, let's close down by, if you have not taken this, take this picture. Go on.
Assign them. Whenever the child asks questions, the teacher doesn't agree for the child to ask questions. And he reported it to the principal or whoever, and the child keeps doing the same thing. Since it keeps recording.
All right, now pay attention. This is very important. You have power. So I want you to use that power. Very important. You have power. Use that power. You know, where some of us are coming from in Africa, you absolutely don't have enough power. You do, but nobody will accept it. Nobody respects that. You know. So the politicians do whatever they like, the people do whatever they like, and you can't say a thing. If your teacher or your student or your child is being maltreated by a teacher, first confront the teacher. If the teacher does not explain properly or does not stop it, take it to the principal. Look, my teacher is being maltreated in this class. He is not functioning properly and it's affecting his mental what? Mental health. If the principal does not take it up, you can escalate it. Have the evidence that you talk to what? The teacher. Have the evidence that you talk to the principal. In fact, if possible, email them. Email and have a copy of what? Of the email. And if the school does not take the case properly, there is school board. Every school is under a school what? Board. And that school board, they have departments that deal with such a case. You are not fighting with anybody, you are just saying my kids need to be what? Protected. Because what he is going through is affecting his ability to learn and is affecting his what? Mental health. Always put mental health when you are complaining. You hear what I'm saying? Because that's what you want to hear here. Always say it's affecting his mind, it's affecting his ability to do something. Then you get the attention. You get the attention. So explore all those opportunities. If the school doesn't take care, if the school district fails to act, you can apply for the kids to move to another class. So I don't want my kid to be under this teacher, I want him to move to what? If that fails also, you can also change school. You change the school. Then the child go to another school. Look, nobody cares about your kid more than you do in this place. Nobody cares. So you have to be involved, you have to be responsible, you have to be up and doing. Don't let your kids just go to school and come back and go to school and come. No, you have to be involved. You have to be what? This is parental workshop, and I want to repeat it again because that's what you're going to be hearing now and then. And the lesson will talk more on this. You have to be involved with your kids' education and with his or her activities. Very important. Okay, take care of this. I think I'm done. You want to ask me? Okay, go ahead. Oh, you're done. Okay. So anybody else want to say something before I leave here? Okay. So thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it.